and unsmiling, with long, oily black hair that she wore parted in the center and pushed behind big, cartilaginoid ears. Her father wore a name tag that said Big Happiness, but she didn't have one, hence the nickname. Every time we showed up, she acted as if she didn't remember us. Maybe she didn't. This time, when we walked in, I felt conspicuous, having been gone so long, but she acted the same as usual, raised her eyebrows coolly, didn't ask what we wanted. "How many should we get?" I said to Lydia. 6 or 8, or what do you think? She said. "We'll do 10, I told Little Happiness. I took a fresh punch card from the stack on the counter and watched her punch holes in it. We sat down at a booth, set our paper plate between us, dug in. The place was empty except for a couple of random people. One was a dilapidated-looking man we'd seen there many times before. He had a blotchy face, long white blonde hair that went down past his shoulders, and a rotating set of 3 or 4 Stone Temple Pilots concert t-shirts that he wore one after another. We had speculated about him, whether he was homeless or worked there or what. He mostly just seemed to sit around and eat. He could be 25 or 45. No less than 25, though. He was the kind of man you felt like you should avoid. At another table, a mother ate with one hand while cradling a child with the other arm and nursing it. You couldn't see the child's face, but you could see the mother's entire breast, including a bit of her nipple. The man in the Stone Temple Pilot's t-shirt kept stealing glances at it. My mom had recently framed a photograph of herself nursing my brother. I told her that her nipple was visible, and she said no, it was only her areola. "That's part of the nipple," I said. I told her my brother would have agreed, but my mom thought my brother would have found it beautiful. Our problem was that no one could check with Karthik. Another problem was that it depended on which version of my brother you asked. A living person is large, multitudinous. When a person is no longer living, those left behind are not up to the task of recreating them. It can't be done. My brother hadn't been a sentimentalist. Our dad used to call him the public intellectual. He read a lot and liked to argue politics at the dinner table. We thought he'd be president. When the World Trade Organization met in Seattle, he organized a group of high schoolers to skip class and march in protest of globalization. He was so beloved and so respected that our principal not only gave her blessing, but called the editor of the town newspaper, a friend of hers, and suggested that she write it up. This was when my brother was in remission. Everyone was so joyful then, so proud, as if the remission had been another one of his victories. He had been a swimmer, a soccer player, president of the Key Club, valedictorian to be. Even while in treatment, he'd gotten straight A's. His teachers would come to the hospital with a pile of papers. They'd stay in the room while he took the exams. They'd look away only when he paused to vomit. Now, he was a local hero. He tried to explain globalization to me. He tried to get me to care. Throughout history, he said, the powerful had conspired to become even more powerful, and now it was growing more out of control than ever. He pointed at my jeans from the Gap, my thick oversized sweater from Abercrombie and Fitch. All of this, he said, indicating my outfit, but then sweeping his hands out as if referring to everything, all material existence, is part of that. It relied on people without power being forced to work nonstop under dangerous, inhumane circumstances. It relied on building factories in their villages that pollute the air, their water. How this all mattered to him was a mystery to me. How it all mattered to him, given what he'd gone through.